I'm the greatest builder in The Sims 4. Let's go ahead and do this grand tour of this house that I just finished making recently. I did this really beautiful, like almost Gothic style manor right here. So it's on a 64 by 64 lot and it comes in the world that is with life and death. So for the layout of this house, we of course have a garage on the left side and then also a garage on the right side. Then for the main house itself, we have our entranceway. To the left of that, we have a butler's pantry. We, of course, have this area right here, what I'm calling like a lobby, which is some seating areas. We have the formal dining room space over on that side, and then right here is a powder room. We have our more formal family room over on this right hand side. We have a hallway that leads us to another living room space. We have, of course, our kitchen. This right here is more like a mudroom space. And then we, of course, have our laundry room. Then outside, over on this right hand side, it is basically like an outdoor hangout spot. We, of course, have a hedge maze. Over here is supposed to be a conservatory. We have a tennis court, a outdoor pool, and then we have an outdoor seating area on the right side with a fire pit, and then, of course, the left side with a hot tub. Then on our second floor, we have a bedroom for two girls right here with their own private bathroom. We, of course, just have like a large space in the center with both sides having staircases leading us to our third floor. Then we have a teenage boy's bedroom with his own private bathroom right here. And then over in this back corner, we have the primary bedroom with the walk-in closet. And then this is a staircase over on the little mudroom area that leads us up to a bathroom. So that way the pool has somewhere to like go ahead and shower off and stuff. And then again, on the opposite side of the primary bedroom right here is a primary bathroom. Then up on our third and final floor, we of course have a gym. Right here is a office slash library. We have a restroom. We have a sauna situation over here. Then we have a movie theater. This area is a game situation. We have an outdoor seating area. And then this right here is a little small butler studio with a bathroom slash utility room across from it. So then we'll go ahead and show everything in first person point of view so that way you can see it in all of its glory. We're going to go ahead and push the tab button. And then let's go ahead and explore our first garage. So this right here is kind of seen more as like our everyday garage. We just have two different cars inside of here with some bikes over in the back corner. And then obviously we have some storage equipment, a little tool shelf, all that kind of stuff over here. And then we'll make our way across the driveway, which has our opposite garage area. Now, in just a second, you'll see that it's more or less supposed to be for like nicer, more exotic styles of cars. So here, just a look at all of these parked inside here. And then I use this weight bench system to kind of make like a makeshift car lift. So we have that. And then now we'll just go ahead and make our ways to the front of the house, and we'll go ahead and come inside the front entranceway. So this right here is obviously our foyer. You can kind of just see a glimpse of how this looks. We have just a couple of seating spaces and then the nice two-story situation above it. Then making our way into what I said is more or less like our lobby. You can just see that we have a seating area on both sides. And then I guess we'll just go over to this side first. So this right here is our nice little seating moment. This is a collaboration for the sofa and chairs that I did with Charlie Pancakes. So go ahead and grab that, the settee collection, I'm sorry. And then inside of here, we of course have our cute little butler's pantry. So here's just a glimpse at how this room turned out. And then as we make our way back into that like lobby space that I'm calling it, you can see over on this left-hand side, we have our formal dining room space. So a nice red color in here with a gigantic table kind of taking the center of it. And then as we make our way down, you can kind of see that we have the grand staircases on both sides with an archway in the center. But then over here, we just have a grand piano. And then we obviously have like this little seating space. Shout out to the same exact chair that I have behind me. But then over in this back area right here, this is just a simple little powder room space. I love the wallpaper inside of here, but just a simple shower, or I'm sorry, toilet and sink. And then to finish off the front area of the house, we have this as our more formal living room space. So as you can see, a nice beautiful fireplace, and we just have some furniture kind of scattered throughout, giving it a couple of different spaces and zones. And then I really like this back area over here, kind of just like a private reading corner. So I like that a lot as well. And then making our way back to the center of the house, we'll go ahead and go down our hallway right here that will lead us to some of our other living spaces. So as you make our way down over on this right hand side, this is supposed to be our more informal, like family room space. This is where the television is. This is where you would just hang out and socialize without it having to be too much of a formal situation. So here is this room. And then you got a little bit of a glimpse of the kitchen before I went over there. So here's how this turned out. Absolutely love, love, love the skylight I did above. And also, I like this built in island situation that I did. Think it's a lot of fun, but you can obviously see that we have a nice green, white, and like brown vibe inside of here. Think it's pretty cute. And then to finish off this bottom area of the house, we of course have this back section. So this double door right here leads us into our laundry room space. So here is just a nice big setup for them to have all of their clothes be clean as possible. And then you can kind of see a glimpse over here. It's more or less a mud room. We have this cool built-in situation I did underneath the staircase with some drawers. And then we just have some tables and chairs right here that leads you out to our backyard area, which I will show that a little bit later. But since this is part of this wing of the house and it only leads to this one room upstairs, I'll just go ahead and show you what's up here. So this is just our staircase that leads us to our upstairs restroom. This is like our pool bathroom. So it's only accessible to the bottom part of the house, but I think this is such a beautiful bathroom. I love, love, love the way it turned out. But we'll make our way back to the front of the house. That way we can use the grand staircase to go ahead and start exploring our second floor. This is a very, very big house. So if you made it this far and you're liking it so far, definitely make sure to hit that follow button because I feel like this is beautiful and I think you should also watch stuff like this more in the future if you also think it's beautiful. But then inside this double door right here, this is our primary bedroom space. So as you can see, we have this lovely bed set up with a little seating area right across from it. And I love this built-in like window seat that I did. Then over on the right hand side in this door right here, this is just our walk-in closet. This shares the opposite wall of where that bathroom I just showed you was. But here is just our walk-in closet for the primary. And then on the opposite side of the room, we will of course show off our primary bathroom. Now I did a his and hers style sink situation. So here is like the his side. And then obviously we have a bench and piece of artwork over there. And then here is the hers side, which is a little bit bigger that has a nice space for like a vanity situation with our bathtub behind it. And this gorgeous, gorgeous shower right here. I am literally obsessed with that. But then we'll make our way back into the second floor so that way we can go explore the other two bedrooms. So as you can kind of see, we obviously have this nice big walkway that just leads us to all of this expansive space up on the second floor. But over on this side, I will just give a little sneak of this, but on both sides, there is just staircases that lead to our third and final floor. But inside of this room, I made it for like a shared bedroom for two girls. I imagine they're probably around like 10 years old or so. So not quite teenagers, but not quite children anymore. So here is just like a little glimpse of their shared space right here. And then they, of course, have their own private bathroom inside of this store over here with a shower and tub and double sinks and all that stuff. And then going back into the second floor area across from this, we of course will have a bedroom that is for a teenage boy. So inside these double doors right here, you can kind of see a little glimpse of this. So we of course have this sofa area right in front of the fireplace. And then I thought it'd be a cool idea to do this desk situation over on the right hand side. We made a little bit of a platform just to raise the bed up, which I thought was kind of fun. And then there's also a window seat over on the left hand side. And then inside here, we just have a bathroom. Nothing too crazy, but of course there's a private bathroom for this room as well. Then we will make our way into this door right here to lead us up to our third and final floor of this house. So this right here leads us to a handful of different doors. We'll start over on this side right here, which is our first room, which is our movie theater. So we have a nice screening area with a simple little kitchenette in the back and just a nice sofa. Then as we make our way to the left-hand side, this is like a fun bathroom I did. I figured they have a lot of like house parties or whatever it may be. So we did a really cool and funky bathroom up here. So here is just how this looks. And of course there is a shower and tub over in the back side of it. Then, as we're making our way down to this side of the third floor, in this left door right here, I made a cute library situation with, of course, a desk space as well. So here is just how our office slash library. I love this clock tower window right there. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But then we will save that door for the end. But then over on this opposite side, we of course made a nice at home gym. So we have just some items over there. We just have a little bit of some weights. And then over in this back corner, we have what is essentially supposed to be like a shower and like a sauna inside of here. So I thought those were kind of fun touches to add. And then lastly, for the house itself, we have this right here as our game room slash bar. So a nice table in the center with that little bar cabinet. And then we have this ping pong table over on the right hand side. And then across from it, we of course just have a foosball table. I love the walls and the skylights inside of here. I think they're absolutely stunning. But then you can make your way out onto this back area, which of course has an outdoor seating space with a nice little fireplace across from it. And then over on this side, this is intended to be a little studio apartment for the butler for this house. So you can just see like a small kitchen and just like a bed and table and stuff. And although it's not attached, at least it's covered. But on the opposite side, we have like a restroom space and then just like an area for, some mop products and all of that. Then we'll go ahead and make our way to some of the other outdoor spaces. And I'll do like a little 360 of everything so you kind of understand the layout yet again. But over here, you can see we have a really cute fire pit situation on that little step down area. And then over on this side through the walkway, it leads us to our like entertaining space. So you can see we have a really cool barbecue situation over on this side over here. And then obviously in the center, we have a beautiful dining table set up with this skylight and chandelier above it. And then lastly, in this back corner, we just have a giant sectional kind of taking up this space. And then you kind of saw a glimpse of it as we were going through, but we just have a really beautiful, just hedge maze over here. I thought it'd be a fun idea to do. And as we make our way onto the other side, you can kind of see that we have another outdoor seating area with like a fountain. And then we also have our conservatory in here, or like a better word for it would be like a greenhouse, or like a plant house. But here it's just like a bunch of different plants kind of scattered all throughout this glass structure. And then on this opposite side, I thought it'd be a fun idea to make it into like an entertaining space yet again. So here's just how that looks. And then over here, I made a cute tennis court situation. I thought that was kind of fun. And then we, of course, have our pool right here. So kind of the same exact situation as the last one. There's a skylight and chandelier above, but just a nice covered pool. And then over on this side into the walkway, you can just see a really cute outdoor hot tub situation. But that is the house in all of its totality. So, like I said, I think I'm the greatest builder in The Sims 4. So, if you do agree, of course, hit that follow button, subscribe, leave a comment, like all that stuff. But absolutely loved making this build. It's, of course, on the gallery with tons and tons of CC if you want to go ahead and snatch this. But I think this might be my favorite house I've ever done. What do you think of it?